I was muted. So once again, hurricane. Oh my god, the hurricane has made landfall around Tutum in Mexico. We do experience this corridor once again where the higher the winds are, where potentially storm surge will be happening. Storm surge should continue for this island right here. This island probably has experienced significant impacts, but is still experiencing maybe some moderate to high winds, and definitely that storm surge. But the storm surge is now going over here to the immediate coastline. The highest winds, once again, I am seeing over here inland. Once again, if you follow the track, these high winds will sooner or later go over here. So be aware of that. And these are hurricane force winds. Now, yes, we do after Veliod, west of Keu, west of Kalakup, ex-Kalakup, and southwest of Yoltiznot. We expect a high-end tropical storm. This this can potentially be noticing Beryl's convective bursts still happening, and they're big. This has a chance that this right here will more than likely be a Category 1 hurricane. So I do think that this will probably still be a hurricane by then. I do think that... One second. I do think that once it enters the ocean, it's going to be weak. A weak tropical storm. A mid to low tropical storm. But then it does show it intensifying again. This intensification is more than likely going to happen right over here. But there's a chance, once again, a chance that we can see intensification happen somewhere maybe in the middle. Knowing this hurricane, it could happen right here. Knowing this hurricane. Knowing this hurricane. Knowing this hurricane is probably going to happen right here. But really, knowing this hurricane, we cannot use that much logic because this hurricane hasn't really been having that much logic. So, if you use hurricane logic, it should be experiencing potentially increasing development somewhere over here or yonder. Good news is, not really good news. We're still going to have a Category 1 hurricane, then an increase. The good news is, around here, it did show a higher end. This is still a close... Right here, this is still a close enough to a high-end Category 1. But, except we were, it showed like 95 miles per hour. So, the intensity that it could have had, the predicted intensity has weakened a bit. But it still is going to be a moderate to high, still moderate end hurricane Category 1. According to computer models, and knowing this thing typically goes, it wobbles a bit, but typically goes a bit more on the northern side of the line. I do think it's predicted to make landfall somewhere here. I do think it's going to make landfall somewhere maybe near the Corpus Christi area. And that's not to fear monger. That's actually what I think might happen. I'll show you computer models very soon. Right now, it's probably, once again, right now, it's somewhere right here. Actually, wait, maybe, hold on. It's kind of been stationary a bit. Ever since 750, it's been a bit stationary. It looks like it is on the line. It looks like it's been right over Tula municipality. It looks like it's been a bit more stationary, which that's great news for. The more it stays on land, the more likely this isn't going to happen. But once again, I do think as this does, I do think it will curve a bit more. And once again, it could curve anywhere. It can curve anywhere in this red area. This red area finally, not finally as I was like anticipating this, but finally has a little bit of Louisiana. Woo! A little bit of Louisiana, but anywhere really in this because this red means the uncertainty area. So at least for the ocean parts, the center of the hurricane could be right here. It can be right here. It can be right here. It can go along it. It can be right here. That's how much uncertainty. And the bigger that the uncertainty cone gets, the more uncertainty there is. So there still is a good amount of uncertainty to where this would go, especially more on land. There's way more uncertainty. Good news is these do not show the models no longer. Maybe there's at least one model, but I think it's safe to say that there still is uncertainty that where this can go into maybe big landfall, the clip of Louisiana. But I do think Louisiana will miss this. There is once again that 0.5 or so percent chance it would hit this extreme borderish area. Houston, I think you're fine. You are still in that uncertainty cone, but it would still have to track. I don't think it's somewhere over here. I don't think it's going to go that much north. Now, of course, the high pressure is somewhere affecting areas like this. It will move a bit more. Well, it's kind of right here. It's gonna move a bit more like there. The more it moves and the more stronger it gets, the more it's gonna kind of pull this, pull this. You know. Okay, anyways, so I'm coming back. But the more this goes a bit more northernly, the more it kind of might increase, the more it stays in the water. Okay, let's do a little bit of an update here. We're gonna turn that off. Then we're going to turn that back on. We're gonna update this. For some reason, it does not update by itself. So we are near that point of where we're kind of getting near. We still have like an hour to 30 minutes to an hour, maybe two, where the predicted tropical storm will be. Once again, I kind of this right now, like over here was category 2. It's been a bit, but I do think it's still I think it might be a very right now. It's a very low end too. I think it's gonna be bare bones 2 right now. But I think around right here we're gonna have a category 1 hurricane, and probably a high end category 1 hurricane. And where the update is, I'm expecting that to be a category 1 hurricane. I expect this to have just a bit more power. But once again, we are still experiencing high winds, and I do think that this storm surge threat can still exist for Tatam, maybe a bit more south. I do think it still exists for this island, and definitely exists over here. Here's the high winds. This is my high wind outlook. The high winds are starting to go a bit more over here. Here's but the immediate coastlines are in this area where we have to watch out for storm surge. This area could experience significant storm surge, but not really significant, but a bit more elevated risk for storm surge. It's probably happening. That's it. Let me see. Let me see if the green and red works better. That looks choppy. You can't see on infrared imagery, which you can't see on infrared imagery, but the low pressure, the quote unquote eye, that's a horrible color. But the quote unquote eye is right here. Maybe it's a bit more over here. But yeah, somewhere like that. Somewhere in this general vicinity. Still bringing these impacts. I think the major storm surge, is, oh, because you see, these are the maximum high winds that we're seeing right now. These are probably stronger when the low pressure was like over here and we were experiencing it. I think the major storm surge impacts are over. I mean, it's still happening where the major storm surge impacts were. Like this area where I do think that the major storm surge impacts are happening in this area. I think that the major is over, but I still think that there's a chance that this still could be happening in the storm surge. Also, high winds. It is. this tropical storm, this hurricane. Predicted to go something like that. Next little bit. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do what we always do. Well, I'm just gonna try to update. I want to get the fastest updates that I could possibly get. Oh, wait a second or two. I want to give you guys data. We could be here for a while. Okay, I don't know if this is such an update. I think this is about the same. I think it might be a little bit of an update. I do think that we may be experiencing maybe a bit more higher wind gusts. More than likely, it's gusts that are recorded here. We could be experiencing, once in Cancun, this area really is still getting this storm surge. And also high winds. Maybe add a little bit of this area as well for the high winds. In this area, the immediate coastline is that storm surge threat that will be continuing, I think, for the next little bit. Can't get Beryl herself. This was 10 minutes ago. I think I should wait for the newest one, the 851. This goes every 10 minutes. We could be seeing it trying to form an eye again, to be honest. So it's on land. It's been a bit on land. We ever see intensification of it. Well, not really intensification. I do think maybe it's trying to save itself because we have another convective burst, and it's actually going to a pretty tall cloud. The convective burst here's the area of the low pressure, and look how it's trying to wrap it around. So we could potentially be seeing it form an eye while it's on land. Now I don't know if this area is marshes. If it's marshland area, marshland is like little lakes and rivers throughout the land. Because when a hurricane or a tropical storm or whatever kind of tropical system goes over marshes, it does decrease since it is land, but not as much because it's over moisturized land, a bit more of a moisturized land. I don't think that this is marshes. Yeah, the most marshed land I see is over here, which is a bit more south where the eye went. It looks like the eye. Looking at this, it actually does look like the eye went a bit more north. A few minutes ago, it did make landfall here. We were expecting it to go just maybe a bit something like this. Maybe it's a bit more northerly, but it does look like wherever the track was, the eye did maybe go a bit more north of it. But it's still going to go in the same direction. So these areas, once again, hurricane, the reason why I'm making this big potato-looking thing, is hurricanes do wobble. So be prepared. Right now, this area is probably in a few minutes, maybe a bit of the northern part, will be experiencing high winds or low to moderate high winds. This area is kind of a little bit experiencing it. We are going to see. Here's the 850. The 850 shows I don't think that's the eye. Is it? think it's south. Yeah, it's more north. It's more north. Okay, it looks like it's not the eye. It looks like it tried to, circle the eye to form it again and make it stronger. It's not right here. I think it got confused. But now the eye is somewhere. I think it's somewhere right here. There's no pressure. This is why I can't read infrared imagery because I'm not that good at reading infrared imagery for hurricanes, but I'm kind of getting used to this, so that's why. Also, surveyors themselves, um, kind of like radar, like this. Windy also, like the Windy app is good at winds, but I think I use the Windy app for parts of my like hurricane prediction because they are pretty accurate. But as like nowcasting winds, like the winds now, Windy does not really do well on this, but my radar does do well on it. I mean, it's accurate. I can't really say it's well because it has to be accurate. So I think we did go a bit. I think it did move a bit. Yeah, okay, we did get an update. Wow, that's moving fast. How? I remember this making land. This literally made landfall an hour ago right here, and now it's right here. Fast moving hurricane. At the end, the update is supposedly right here, and right there is where that little whale is where we are. Well, we in the National Hurricane Center is expecting a high-end tropical storm. Personally, I think we're probably going to get maybe a moderate to a low in Category 1 hurricane. I think because it's not really intensifying, but seeing these like on radar, infrared radar, like these big blobs, these convective, like this is it's been over land. Look at this new convective burst right over north of Tulum. This shows me that there is still a kick. Well, I am saying that there is on this big western blob. It does look like it is decreasing. That's the only thing. It does look like it is decreasing. You can see by in the purple. In the purple, it was really big. Now it's kind of decreasing a bit. It's still there, but it's kind of decreasing. But now we have this new blob, this new thing coming up. Which just tells me that this thing still has some sort of power in it. Well, so the more this stays on land, the more this becomes weaker. Which we expected a high-end Category 1 hurricane, or maybe a very low-end Category 2 hurricane for Texas landfall. Now it's showing a moderate to high Category 1 hurricane. So that's at least that's a bit of good news. This should give me a moderate Category 1 hurricane there. But it's a bit good news than predicting a high-end Category 1 or low-end Category 2 hurricane. But this could change, which I think it will change. I think it will increase. As we're seeing a bit more northerly, I think it probably will start to hook. That's horrible. I do think it will start to hook a bit more. I think it will start to hook a bit more anywhere in this general region. Yeah, because once in the high pressure, the ridge, That's the reason why that could happen. Models have been very consistent about it since models have been consistent about that since the hurricane was near Georgetown, and they're getting even more consistent about it. And also because the hurricanes do wobble, which, but I mean, the hurricane has been a bit more northerly of the track line. The majority of that will probably be the wobble, but the rest of it, which also could be the majority, is because it is going more northerly. So those are the reasons which I think landfall is probably gonna happen a bit more in this pink area, a bit more north, a bit more near Corpus Christi. That's not the fear monger. I think no matter what, even if it does stay a bit more longer on the land, I think it will be at least a Category 1 hurricane when it makes landfall because it's just too much water for it to not be. There is shear, but too much less shear. Too less shear. Luckily, we did. The original worst case scenario was that it would miss this thing going north. That was the original worst case scenario, in which this area can still potentially expect rapid intensification, which there is a chance that it could. Once again, it's an uncertainty. A chance that it could undergo rapid intensification, but I think it have to be way more north, way more north. If we're to enter rapid intensification, I would have to say maybe Houston over here. Anywhere in this area, it could experience rapid intensification. So once again, there is that uncertainty level, so there is a chance that it could. But once again, this is the uncertainty cone. The more bigger it is, the more uncertain it gets. So what? 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Yeah. But this pink area we could or couldn't see a rapid intensification. Yeah, the more the more so in the red area. So this could be this little track line. This track line, so the eye of the hurricane, the low pressure, could be anywhere. It could be right here. 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 It could be. Also, this could slam into Mexico. By the way, it's in the code, right? But the bigger it gets, the more uncertain it gets. So we still the hurricane. It's pretty big, but it's not uncertain as this. We're a bit more certain on that now. But it could travel like over here. But that is still majorly uncertain. Okay, here's the new infrared imagery. It's nearing this point somewhere over here. Let me make this somewhere over here. Somewhere over here. Okay, we're gonna do an update on this because I definitely has been a while since I did an update on this. Just to get a better view of the wind speeds. I don't think anything has changed really. Nothing has really changed. What something has changed. Okay, this hurricane is gonna go something about like that. And now we are seeing this area start to experience the winds before it is. So this area is gonna have a bit more. You're in for the long run. You're in for the long haul. And it started probably a few minutes ago to 10 minutes ago. What we can do, I know, is that not a lot of people can do this, but we can. This is another way of looking at it. We can see the reflectivity. I think it froze. So this is the simulated radar. Someone's got heavy rain, storm surge. Definitely gonna be a big deal with this. I had to turn down that because I was taking up too much frames. So every now and then we'll be looking at the reflectivity. There's one more thing I do want to show. And that is Beryl's new prediction. So after this, we experience this. We expect this to weaken a lot. then you kind of go back again, have an eye. Then it looks like it's gonna follow up most models, and most models are saying it's gonna last minute curve. That's what most models are saying. Okay, that's curve. It looks like it's getting. It looks like finally about 8 a.m. to 7 a.m. on Monday. Right here, we could potentially see some sort of landfall. Once again, the Natural Hurricane Center has the landfall somewhere over here. So once again, I do expect this to once again be some landfall somewhere over here. That's another thing that addition to models saying could make landfall over there, addition to knowing this hurricane's path, addition to all these other things, and now addition to our higher end models, even more models are now pointing, our like rain models are now pointing to this. So that's another addition to add. So it's more and more likely. We can now, and then it become remnants. We could potentially, once this is over here as a tropical depression, definitely a tropical depression or something like that. Maybe some remnants. It's still going to be a low pressure. This low pressure will actually act as a starter for potentially once excessive rainfall 100% in these areas. Still excessive rainfall. Definitely remnants or tropical depression. But this low might actually start a mini severe weather outbreak over here. The, the majority of this is definitely going to be flash flooding. Flash flooding is going to be the main event here for these severe weather, but we could potentially see multicellular cells. And that could be our next severe weather event, folks. So, that's on Tuesday during the nighttime hours, after the nighttime hours. So, stay tuned. If you live over here, you're probably not going to be expecting this direct impact of the hurricane. Mainly as remnants, possibly expect some flooding and maybe either a moderately widespread or a severe weather outbreak that Texas all the way to the coastline and into Louisiana. These look cellular. These look multicellular, and it looks a bit like either like semi-discrete line. This is not going to be a line. It looks like maybe up here could be something semi-discrete, but down, even if it is semi-discrete, it can still pose that severe weather risk. But this looks a bit more multicellular, which this can develop some supercells. So it is possible for some supercells to happen in this general environment. So beware for that, folks. That's something that we probably actually have to consider. One second, let me take a coughing break. Okay, we're back. Once again, potentially a severe weather event. Let's go forward, and it still shows it. So, also something to look forward to. Not look forward as in a good thing, but look forward to as in prepare. 3 minutes ago, okay, this is a bit more hard to read. It looks like I'm not gonna see what those two things look like. Okay, it looks like a low pressure is somewhere right over here. What we can do is we can do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. Let's reset it so we get the most updated version of the current wind speeds. And I was right, it's really getting near that point of where we're predicting. Also, do you want to say there is a new worst case scenario? There is a new worst case scenario. So it's right here. The new worst case scenario is we wanted to say more on land. So this is a bit more on land. A bit more on land. The new worst case scenario is if it goes off. So we could potentially right here. These are like the lowest lands. Actually, yeah, no, scratch that. This area in blue. If it goes through that area, it's gonna be lesser on land. It's not a big worst case scenario, but it's a small scale worst case. Our new small scale worst case scenario, as if it passes there, because then it wouldn't likely be offshore fast. It'd be off land faster. It probably won't have that much of a big of an impact, but it would be off land faster, and then that might promote this to increase faster. If anything, we could see. I'm sorry if you're experiencing any buffering. I cannot control it. I'm trying to keep it smooth. I'm trying to, But let me check my bitrate. My bitrate says it's good, so you guys should not be experiencing buffering. If you are, I'm sorry. This is not my gaming. This is not a game. This is not a PC. This is a laptop I'm streaming on. I'm using higher end apps. And so there's, I think there's like a delay. I think there's buffering. I don't know if that's, there may be buffering, but I think there is a bit more of a delay than anything. So in about 2 hours. So it's about. Okay, the time right now. Like on the bottom right of your screen, you can barely see it. It's 9:17 p.m. Eastern time. Eastern United States time. At about 11, we're gonna get this update. About 11 p.m. Sorry, 11 a.m. This is when the low pressure will be over here. Or maybe it's fast paced, so maybe it'll be a bit over here. Nah, no, maybe a bit right there. But did I just hear myself? No, I did not. That's when we get our next big update. Actually, we did recently 17 minutes ago. We did get an update 17 minutes ago, and that is we do still have a Category 2 hurricane. I don't know what the gusts are. They don't say what the gusts are. So our next update will be at 10 a.m. Eastern, because since it is on land, at least they should be updating every hour. But our next big update will be at 11. That's what I'm expecting. Once you get an update on where the low pressure is, I'm expecting the track and the cone to change. So I'm expecting this. At least maybe the cone should go maybe just a bit more like this. I'm expecting the track to go maybe a bit more like that. I'm expecting this to still. I'm expecting to say either the same what it is at a category, a moderate category 1, or maybe at least a higher end category 1. I'm not expecting a category 2 just yet. If and when the NHC National Hurricane Center does update, if it goes right over here, this is when I would be expecting maybe to see a category 2 on there. The earliest category 2 predicted. Also, do want to say this was a tropical storm before Elietta. This actually was a tropical storm before, but now it's just going to be a tropical depression. The only areas it's going to be impacting is this little small island. If you know anybody at this small island, tell them to expect maybe. I don't think it's even going to be hitting that island. It could, but if it does hit that island, which it's not predicted, that island could experience maybe sustained winds of 3 to 5 miles per hour, but maybe they can experience some gusts over 45 miles per hour, and decreasing. I need to get some water. I'll be right back. Okay. But yeah, the most of this island, the strongest part of this tropical depression is over because it was a tropical storm. If once again, it's not predicted to hit this area, but it is, and it's well in the cone of uncertainty. Okay. But maybe you could experience. Yeah, it's gonna be a tropical depression. It may get a bit bumpy and rainy, but not a lot. Same can go for Austin, Texas. It's predicted to get near or at Austin, Texas, and you could expect the same thing that island's gonna be seeing. 30 mile per hour sustained winds, possibly, and maybe it could gust up to 40 miles per hour. That's. Do you guys know a tropical depression? A severe thunderstorm is more stronger than a tropical depression, by the way. So once this becomes a tropical depression over here, it's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be something, but nothing, because we see considerable strong thunderstorms, even tornadoes, go over here. The tropical depression is going to be very much less than that. So that's your idea. A severe thunderstorm, like the lowest level of a severe thunderstorm, is 50 miles per hour winds and hail. We're not even predicting for around this time. We're not even predicting this tropical depression. Will not even have 50 mile per hour winds. So forget that. Now we're just kind of wait. There's not really too much updates to talk about. If you're new, if you're just joining, which I cannot say, I'm trying to monitor my bit rate, but on my other monitor, that's the completely wrong button, Charlie. Nobody's here, and nobody's here. At least the stream's excellent. It's an audio bit rate. An audio bit rate. What the hell's an audio? 1 second. You know, I don't know what an audio bit rate is, YouTube, but I don't have like a NASA PC. It says it's excellent, so hey, I have a green light of the I have a green light right now, green square on my bit rate, and on YouTube it says I've excellent stream status. So YouTube, you can just F off. Actually, I don't know what we're waiting for. Really, I'm just. Okay, why is that F2? Okay, yeah. Yeah, get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of that. There we go. I don't know what we're waiting for, man. I don't know what else to talk about. Everything I talked about, you can just look back in the stream. I talked about everything at least 2 or 3 times. So as of 26 minutes ago, Hurricane Beryl was recorded at a low-end Category 2, 100 miles per hour wind sustained. I don't know what the wind gusts are, they don't say, but the storm movement is going west-northwest. And 980 millibar. So it did go up. Okay. Once again, I would put the reflectivities, the rain liquor for this one. I probably will put it for this hurricane. But seeing it lowers my bit rate down and buffers people's streams and it just lags. Very rarely I'll do it, but I'm definitely gonna do more for this one. For this little guy, there's probably not a lot. I may do it right now in a few minutes because there's not a lot to talk about for that guy. It's going nowhere. Maybe an island, but a severe thunderstorm is gonna be more worse than that. Maybe a light rain shower. I can see, but yeah, this is about Hurricane Beryl. Get out of here, tropical storm. Oh, it was a tropical storm, but get out of here, tropical depression weakening. Elliot, get out, Elietta or Eletta. Yeah, get out of here. Get it. Gaga, Lady Gaga, get out of here. Also, I don't know if I said it or not today. I probably didn't. But there is, yeah. There is some severe weather to happen today. We did get up into a slight risk, which is surprising. I thought that we were going to get a slight risk over here personally. But you know, the SPC it's a low threat day. The mainly it's gonna be winds and some hail. There's not a tornado risk at all. Hail, 5%. Wind is going to be the biggest one of the day. We could expect maybe even more wind gusts over over here in this Ohio Valley, Atlantic region. Tomorrow, I'm just gonna give that day one. Still at an excellent, so at a green light. I'll stop doing this just to make sure that we're good. I think it's time for our favorite guy called My Radar Wind Speed Current Update. Here's an update. It's getting closer to that 11. It's getting closer to Validad. To Validad. Once again, we are expected to see a tropical storm somewhere right here. And right now we're at like a very low end category 2 hurricane, maybe like a high end category 1. So I don't think we're going to see a tropical storm out there, buddies. I think we're going to see a hurricane. Either a moderate to low end. Possibly a tropical storm somewhere over here. Or maybe over here. This area is where I'm worried about for a tropical storm. Right here. Possible, but nah. Let me see, actually, yeah, let me see. I know that my radar actually does have the hurricane outlook. Let's see, it's near it. It's near it. It's in the warning label. Now, we don't even know the sustained wind gusts. The ground speed is 15 miles per hour. But thank you. I'm going to take this off because I already have a hurricane tracker on here. 9:30 as of 1 minute ago. This was the satellite of Hurricane Beryl. So this is Beryl right now. She's kind of losing it. We have a bit of a tall storm, bit of a tall one, but she's kind of losing her convective bursts. She's kind of losing it. Which is why I think we should believe in the dream of a Category 1 hurricane right now. I think, and then maybe in 10 minutes, we're probably going to see a Category 1 hurricane. In 10 to 20 minutes, we're probably going to see a Category 1 hurricane. I think that is too good to be true. We're talk over storm surge. Once again, this is not responding, isn't it? Okay. This is literally right now with wind speeds. Woo! Would it make sense if I did ground speed? I have a question. I have a question. I wonder which one is better. Should I do the jet stream or ground? I think ground level would be a bit more accurate, at least for forecasting or nowcasting. But no, yeah, jet stream. For 1 hour now, here is Beryl now, and all from Might. We are seeing, yeah, looks like we are seeing winds start to pick up over here in the south side. Remember, when Hurricane Beryl goes, this is the pressure everywhere really over. No, I should probably update that. Really over here on this side of Beryl isn't gonna really see that much winds, but now we're kind of seeing that wind uptick. So it looks like 360 Beryl is gonna start seeing those winds we see. We're now seeing a bit more upgrade in the winds over here. We're still seeing some moderate to high winds on the northeast sector. We can still potentially be seeing some sort of storm surge potentially on the immediate coastline potentially. It's a hurricane. It's a Category 2, nearing a Category 1 hurricane. It's definitely seeing storm surge. If you're just joining, let me see if anybody is just joining. No. Excellent. Well, I'm off that. If you're just joining now, then or if you're a VOD watcher who wants me to be annoying, I'm not gonna say too much about its future. I mean, I'm probably gonna say its future at least till here, at this much future. But to here, I'm not gonna say a lot until 11 p.m. update. So for at least 2 hours, I'm not gonna talk about it because I already talked about it like 2-3 times earlier in the stream, and even with the newest update of her infrared and her low pressure system, where she is at right now, I still have these same ideas of where it's going to go, its possible intensity. And yeah, and if you're wondering, I did talk about tropical storm. It's not tropical depression, Alieta, the one in the Pacific. I'm probably never going to talk about her again unless we have free time, if I want to. Because she's not the deal right now. This is not her stream. She's lucky. She's lucky she's making cameos. Okay. In like a few minutes, we're gonna see the 940. I'm really curious what the 940 update looks like. I want to see what this convective bursts do. If they continue once again in like 10-20 minutes, we're probably gonna see a Category 1 hurricane. Maybe I think probably high end Category 1 hurricane. Yeah, this is about to be over. She's a fast mover. This is gonna be over soon. And before you know it, everywhere it impacted is still seeing some impacts, like mainly the rain, the flooding, the winds, definitely the winds, and the storm surge for the immediate coastline. But if you live in Tulum, the worst is over. The worst of the rain is more than likely over. The worst of the winds is over, and the worst of the storms is over, you're definitely gonna still see some possible flooding. You're definitely still gonna see some winds, maybe I think low wind, maybe to moderate winds, and you're still potentially seeing maybe a little bit of storm surge. So you're still seeing effects, but the worst, if this area has not had power outages, the worst is over. The worst is over for Tulum. The worst is over. It's going to be continuing, and it's probably going to be bad. It's going to be bad, but at least the worst part of it is over. You're good. There's no more hurricane going for you. There is a potential chance for something else to form, but right now it's a bug. A very small thing. If I look like I'll actually just do this first. Best of the both. I'll get an update on the winds, and I'll show you the hurricanes. Wait, this doesn't show. Wait, does it show? I wonder. No. Never mind. But if I show it on here, oh, never mind. There is no longer a 20%. There was at least some point a 20% chance of them in the farm like over here, but now that has been gone, so it's at least like a 5% or lower. So you don't even have to worry about anything now. So that's good. Nothing behind this hurricane. There was a 20% chance for something to be behind this hurricane, but as of now, there's nothing predicted to be behind this hurricane. Tired. I'm really tired. I got severe weather for my area today. Potentially. I'm gonna do something really quick. I just need to see something. Okay. So this is Beryl right now, or as 1 minute ago. A little pressure is over here, and she is weakening. The convective bursts are weakening, so I think at 9:50 we may have a high in Category 1 hurricane. That's my prediction. So I think right now, so it has literally a few more minutes, at least in my opinion, of being a Category 2. I still think this is like a very low in Category 2. I think it is one. I think it's like a half mile away right now from being a high Category 1. Maybe till 10, maybe keep 2 till 10, but looking at the weakening, this has to be Category 1 right now, or at least in 6-7 minutes, 6 minutes, 6, 5, 4, 7 minutes. tired, guys. I went to sleep late. Ooh, okay, I went to sleep late and woke up early for the hurricane because I noticed that the hurricane was kind of going fast. It was kind of moving a bit more fast, so I was like, oh crap. This might make landfall at like 6 a.m., which it didn't. And made landfall at like 7 a.m. Best of the both ends of the bod. Okay. I don't know what to do. I could talk about the chocolate person, but I didn't want to. I could talk about the predictions, but I already talked about that. I'm gonna take another water break. Okay, guys, I figured out what I'm going to do. We're gonna look at Hurricane Beryl's past intensities. Her past intensities. So we're gonna go back 250 frames. I want to talk about wind shear and what shear does to hurricanes. Woo! Ah, wee-hee! Come on, computer, let's go. You're gonna see what I mean by how I woke up this morning. I was scared. Like, watch this like blender. It's like a blender going. See, here it is. Looks like a blender going, man. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I'm about to drop frames, so this is probably going to be the last loop I play. I have an eye. I wonder why the eye went away. I tried to come back again, but. Okay, that's good enough. Thank you. Thank you. Once again, I do expect this by then, right here, to be a hurricane. Right here, a tropical storm. Maybe right here, a tropical storm. And this, I do expect this being a tropical storm, I do expect this to be correct as a tropical storm. Then maybe start to strengthen somewhere over here. That's far future as I'm going right now, because I did talk about the farthest future I can go about this hurricane. I even pulled up simulated reflexivity for it. So to go back, I talked 2 or 3 times about it. I recommend going to the time where I pulled up simulated reflectivity to get even more of an idea of what the impacts could be. I am on a little bit of a time crunch, so I need this hurricane to hurry up. But yes, I don't want it to hurry up. I do want to hurry up so it gets in water fast, so it stops affecting people. But I also don't want to hurt it because I wanted to weaken. The more it weakens, the more. I'm going to talk about the future again. The more it weakens, the more this will become less of a hurricane event, a tropical event. It's 9:50, so at least in 1 minute, or soon within the hour, within the minute, or in 1 minute, we should get her as of now, and this will help me determine if she's the real person who determines this is the National Hurricane Center. They will officially do it, but I think when this new thing comes out, I think it's gonna be a Category 1, high end Category 1. Also, within this 10 minutes, in 10 minutes, we should be getting a update from the National Hurricane Center. So we should be getting an update now. Now. Hurricane Beryl. Nope, hasn't came out yet. Come on, Hurricane Beryl. I know you can do. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is Hurricane Beryl as of 1 minute ago, aka right now. Well, actually, this is probably not. Okay, we are seeing a bit of an increase, so as of right now, I'm going to say this is not a Category 1 hurricane. I think this is still a Category 2, because we are seeing more convective bursts. I still think this is a Category 2. That could be Category 1 right now. It probably is a Category 1 right now. We will find out within a few minutes, actually. We'll find out when the graphic updates for the National Hurricane Center. The low pressure, once again, is, as of now, somewhere right here. Hand ASMR. Oh, you guys heard that. Is it ASMR. Anywho, this is not up. The graphic is not updating. I'm sure it will after, but we're checking the wind speeds and maybe get a good idea on where the low pressure actually is right now. So we're just gonna do a bippity boppity, hippity hoppity, get off your property, and okay, so it should refresh. Woo! There is the refresh, everybody. Okay, I can officially pinpoint it. The low pressure is right here. Looks like Talium is more than likely out of these storm surge effects. Maybe they're getting a little bit over here. For this island, definitely seeing some storm surge effects on this side of the coast. Over here, I'm expecting the continuation for some storm surge effect. We are seeing a bit more higher winds now officially start to pick up in here. And we are seeing the highest winds somewhere. That's a horrible line. Somewhere over here, the highest of the highest winds. This has deviated its path a little bit, so now it's gonna be going something, supposedly something like that. It's supposed to be going, but it may go something like this, knowing the hurricane. So that's that. The graphic should be updated maybe in 5 minutes. Normally, the networking center updates every like 5 minutes, 10 minutes early. Okay, bit rate's looking good. We are at excellent stream health. That's maybe we're not getting a 10 a.m. update, but this is on land, so we should be getting a 10 a.m. update. Wonder if this has an eye on radar. No, if we can see what their reflectivity looks like right now, but it's gonna crash the stream. But I can just say right now it does not have an eye because well because this does not have an eye. This area where the eye should be, the eye is right here, but it's like cleared out. So it's gonna be, it might be heavy bands of ranks. There is convective bursts going on right there. There might be a small little eye. There could still be clouds where there could be an eye, of course. That's how hurricanes work in their nature. But right as of right now, since there is a convective burst, I don't think that we're going to see that. And this still needs an update. I'm gonna refresh if that helps now. I don't know if I can hold for a long chat. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'll do something like this. Maybe I should have like a display thing, like a timer, no, not like a timer, maybe like a text. I don't know. I don't know, everybody. I'm not gonna hold for long. They want to hold for when it breaks land, when it breaks water again. But I don't know if I'll be able to. Let's see if I maybe please tell me this is right. Okay. I'll play this loop for you guys so you guys don't bore you guys out. Now I just want to see something. It I all one day ago. Well, it needs to be today. 17 hours ago. Great. I think I may add non-copyright music. But see, I don't want to open up Spotify to make my computer lag even more. So yeah. Also, in a minute, we should be getting Beryl's new satellite imagery. Luckily, I have YouTube music. YouTube Premium. I can use YouTube music on that. So it does not take up that much space if I actually pull up Spotify. Music YouTube. We're gonna do non-copyright. Okay, non-copyright music for hours on YouTube. On TubeTube. Here's some lo-fi. Yeah. I don't know if this is. I don't. It's chill. I don't know if I want hurricane coverage to be chill. This might be the wrong music. Maybe like. We need chill in our lives, but you know what? Too. Good music. How about that? Chill vibes. No, I don't want chill vibes. This is not chill. Not chill. And why does it take me to chill? Why does it take me to chill? Here's this 12 hours. I mean, there's the music. Also, 2 minutes ago, we did get a. See, I just. I can't. Like when I'm talking, I need to do this. So, like, 2 minutes ago, basically right now, but 2 minutes ago. Blah, 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 how did my bitrate do, by the way? So, 3 minutes ago, that's fine. We still have not gotten an update from the National Hurricane Center. So it doesn't look like we're probably just going to get the 11 p.m. update, 11 a.m. update. But that wouldn't be it right now, really. No, that's not it. So the graphics was not updated. That's fine. But this is Beryl now, or at least 3 minutes ago. We can see wind shear. This grayish latest stuff. Not this, but this is kind of eating her up like a big shark bite in a few areas. It's a few areas. It's trying a bit in a few more places. It's trying. That's her outer. No, please, no. I've been a good boy. Please, no, please. I'm fine. We're gonna update to see what her wind field is trying to look like right now. I cannot do music while I'm talking. Maybe like very low, but I need to get the word out to like 0 viewers. And move a little bit. It's listen, as I said, just storm surge, high winds, flooding, probably. Yada yada yada. Okay, I'm gonna turn the music back on. Let's see if it does anything. And it buffers. That's okay. No, I did not mean. What? I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. The music is. I can't do music. I cannot make this stream better. This is a serious stream. A serious stream. Sorry for the yawn. I'm just significantly tired. Statement. What are my statements? Oh my god. Aw. I don't know what to talk about. I guess I could go over models for the severe weather today, but this is not a severe weather stream. I already talked about severe weather. The areas, the areas for severe weather today. Mostly, it's gonna be a hail and wind event. We're leaning mostly on the wind today. There is no tornado risk. So in less than an hour, we should get the 11. We're going to get the 11 p.m. update from the National Hurricane Center. So 11 a.m. This is gonna be a big update. It's gonna update our. Mainly, I'm gonna be looking for what category the hurricane is. Two is the tracks. When that happens, I'm probably going to talk about Texas again because since it's gonna be updating, I may or may not have new thoughts about it. I may agree or disagree. And the 11 p.m. update, I want to talk about it again for like one last time. I am expecting this cone to go a bit more northerly. I'm expecting this track to go a bit more northerly. And maybe a high category one. Not so much Cat 2 just yet. It may be a Cat 2, but I don't know. There's too much uncertainty. There's not much uncertainty of where this is going to be going, but we really need to nail it down, the crevice of where it's going to be making landfall. There we can decide how much is going to be over water, how much is going to be over land, category 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, boy. That's all I'm waiting for. We need to get a 10 a.m. update as of. Oh, wait, that was 8 minutes ago. Never mind. I think the category 1. I think this is a cat one. Yeah, it's a category 1. Yeah, I think it's official, guys. I think it's a category 1 hurricane. I think it's like a high end, maybe near middle ground. So I think it's high end category 1 hurricane. I think it's safe to say. I think it's safe to say that's a category 1 hurricane. Okay, this is the second time it's going to be a category 1. And it's also going to be a second time when it becomes a tropical storm. I'll be right back. 1 second, y'all.